Well, good morning. We're here in Nagasaki. It's a foggy, hazy day today. As you can see over there, that's Inasayama, which we were in an earlier video in the series of Nagasaki videos that we've done. And you can see the top portion with the radio towers up there, but the bottom is all foggy. This morning, though, we have the pleasure of going in. Excuse me, my voice is a little bit raspy. This morning we have the privilege of going in and visiting a place called Dejima. Now, a little bit of history here. Dejima was an island, a literal island in this area, that was separated from the main portion of the land here in Japan and was specifically set up as a place to put the Dutch and the traders that came into Nagasaki. They did not allow them to just move out for a long period of time. They couldn't move out and integrate into the communities of Japan. It wasn't allowed. They were untrusted and didn't want the integration to occur. So Dejima was created, and we're going to go in and see kind of a rebuild of that area as to what it looked like. The bridge that I'm going to go across is a little longer than what it actually was, but anyways, we're gonna go see this. Let's go take a look. Okay, it's quite exciting. So this is the bridge that we're going to go across. The bridge used to be only like, you know, maybe 20 feet or 3 or 4 meters. You know, it wasn't that far across. It was a very short bridge. If I can find a picture of that, I'll throw it in the video here to kind of show you what I'm talking about. They've done a lot of excavation of this area and found a lot of artifacts and things left behind by the traders, the Dutchmen and all that. So, all right, so we're in. It's basically one main street down the middle of this place. It goes that way, and it goes that way. So I think today we will we'll start this way on the left-hand side, go down, and then we'll come back on the right, and then meet back there in the middle. That's a good way to do it. So most of these buildings are open and you can actually go into and kind of see the displays of how things would have been looking. Let's take a look at this one. This is a museum of sorts. Kind of dark in here. I hope you can see some of it. These are some of the artifacts that were actually found in this area here. So we'll take a quick look through here and let you kind of see what they found from that time period, what they might have had to live with, or the items they were trading. These are long pipes. Not sure what that is. Maybe a brush or a comb or a toothbrush, who knows, I don't know. Don't be fooled, these traders had money. And they lived pretty good, you know, for that time period. Does that guy look like he was wanting for anything? Not really. There's some bones. Probably from their animals, dogs, horses, cows. Things like that didn't survive. That's cool. There's a beautiful one right there. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, let's Let's run back up. Oh, here's a pistol from them and some bullets. Let's run upstairs and see what's going on there. Typical fashion in Japan, the stairs are extremely steep. A little better light up here, you can get a better glimpse of what kind of stuff they had here. Yeah. Beautiful pieces of pottery. Let's go see some more of the living museum kind of stuff. All right, one left here, here we go. So this area down here is a miniature replica inside of here of Dejima itself. Down over there, we'll see it here. This was the gardens that they had. Oh, we have some beautiful flowers today out here. And the petals are falling off. This is being kind of redone, which is nice because it was getting kind of shabby out here. So, yeah. Let's go see the miniature replica of Dejima. Kind of get an overview of what the place looks like. So this is what it looks like, and you can tell. See here's the bridge. That's the size the bridge was. Very short, very short. They just wanted to section them off and keep them inside there. That's what it was all about. But the place thrived, you know. They did a lot of trading, made a lot of money. But they lived in this very secluded, isolated, shut-off community from the rest of the inhabitants of Japan. I'll just show you quickly. They're redoing this. おはようございます。もうこれは綺麗にやってるの？頑張って。ありがとう。They're restoring that building, which is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at the colors of that. The colors of that are just absolutely gorgeous. Reminiscent of the time, you know. It's interesting how in today's society we tend to paint things earth colors. Back then they tried to paint things with real color and make their surroundings, like this building here, stand out. We try to make ours blend in, which is kind of odd. I like to stand out. All right, we'll go across here and go inside of this one here. This is the former Nagasaki International Club. I don't know what that means. Let's see what this is. This part is toilets. It's a restaurant and exhibition. We'll follow her. She seems to not know where she's going to be, but that's okay. I don't think I've ever been up here. All the times I've been in this place. I don't remember coming up here. There we go. Some rooms. Yeah. This would have been rather cozy. Nice fireplaces. Big rooms. They would have had the sliding doors here. So they could shut the rooms off, make them 2 rooms, or make them 1 open big room. Yeah. Look at this. Names of people here. The names. I don't know what that's for. Maybe people who donated to restore that. Looks like it. Another room. Remembers a picture of the room before the Showa era. Yeah. Another picture. Tiles that would have been used in these facilities. How they made them and stuff. Okay, heading back down. Hand on the rail as to not fall on my face. How's Alice? Did you hear her? She said, "Ohayou gozaimasu." That's a female version of "Ohayou gozaimasu." Women tend to pronounce the U. Masu desu. Yeah. A scale. This would have been a traditional scale back then. You put your weight of measure, and then you put your item, and you would see. Yeah. It was a bit of a guessing game there. Boxes for storage and shipping. This would have been a warehouse here. Second floor of the warehouse. Look at the high vaulted ceilings in here. So they could stack that stuff up really good in here. Seems like they've taken a few things out of here. There's not much in here right now. Nanimonai. Nanimonai. More boxes here. Different artifacts they found. Okay, moving on. We have quite a few buildings to get through I want to show. So, look at the beautiful doors in here. The patterns that they would have used. Look at that. Gorgeous. All right, moving on. This shows the construction of the base of the island that they built here. So this Dejima island was actually built in the water. They built it up, shored it up for them. That's how much, that goes to show you how much, see here, how they built it? It goes to show you how much they really didn't want these people to integrate with the local population. There was a bit of a fear, to be honest with you. Japanese people, even today, sometimes are unsure or uncomfortable being in the company of foreigners. And, you know, that just happens. And again, I would say that happens in a lot of countries. We have that happening in America, too. People don't like to be around foreigners. Replica models of some of the ships that would have come in and out of here. Taking goods back to Holland and other locations. Trading routes with their wares. Yeah, here we go. The world as they knew it then. Yeah. Let's see if there's a second floor here. Sounds like the cleaning ladies are busy cleaning things. I apologize for the vacuum noise. Yeah. More pottery. Everybody's got a job to do, right? These would have been Japanese traders coming in. 大丈夫、仕事やってください。みんながね、仕事はやらなきゃいけなければなりませんね。ありがとうございます。向こうの部屋？はい。ありがとうございます。There you go, nice big screen. Sort of divided an area in one of the rooms, depicting scenes of the time there. Yeah, pretty cool. A little dark in here, I hope you can see. So this one we have some ship displays and billiards display of how they would have been playing. See, these guys didn't want for much. They had all the modern comforts of that day and age. See, there's the billiard table that they used. See that? Look at that. A billiard table. Or a snooker table, probably, is what they were playing. Yeah. Over in here we've got a replica ship, kind of small, to give you an idea. Some of the stuff the ship would have been using. Another one over here, which is quite intricate and nice. Look at that. It's kind of nice. And over here we've got some activity tables. You can play some games. These are actually interactive. You can actually sit down and play these games. Try some of these things out to see how it feels. Yeah. This would have been their squash. Yep. And another big ship here, which you can see. Another replica of how the city was built, laid out. And out back here, we see there's some large gun. This was one that was here. This says, I can't read it, it's Dutch. But this is the West India Trading Company symbol right there. You know? Yeah, the West India Trading Company was here, of course. They were everywhere, making money off of everything. Yep. What's this back here? This one here I don't think was open before. Let's see if there's something in here. Oh, the kitchen. This is where the cook was doing their thing. Yeah. Just a room, a little primitive, but that's it. The kitchen. Yep. Kitchen. 料理の部屋。And this was living quarters, probably. Yeah, this is living quarters and for the guards and whatnot. Yeah. Living quarters for the guards. And this is what they wore. Oh, when it was raining and sunny, the guards were here to keep the traders safe and in their space. Yeah. Here we go. おはようございます。
おはようございます。
おー、これ新しいですか？開けたばかり？
新しい。うん。
1年前？
平成元年からだから、もう10年も経ってますよね。
10年ね。
うん。
そうか。
あら、日本語上手。
いや、下手くそ。これはね、明治のそろばんですね。
あら、よくご存知ですね。
上は2台あるだからね、下は5台。
ほ
いや。
すごいすごい。フランスの方？
いや、アメリカから。
ああ、そうなんですか。
でも日本で住んでます。
ああ、だから。
ありがとうございます。
ペラペラ。
またね。こっちも面白い。
面白い。
面白い。You're welcome. Another cannon there. Yeah. Yeah, this is more of just an activities room. But the lamps, the lights in here are kind of cool. Gozaimasu. Gotta go up. There's a second floor to this building. Gotta take my shoes off here though. 大丈夫です。あ、そこにね。You'll take your shoes off and put them in the cabinet inside here. Yep. おはようございます。
おはようございます。
This building was the main hall, I think, of the living quarters of the wealthy. Almost like a salon where they could all come together and have meetings and eat together. There was a big room back here that they ate in and had their meetings, dances, sit around smoking, chit-chatting, you know, that stuff. All the important stuff for them, right? Just different rooms here. I mean, it's rather large up in here, you know. Yeah. A lot of different routes too. Look at this one goes down there, all the way through there. Just rather large. Over there's a big dining room. Huge table. Makes sense, I guess. The kitchen is right out back there. So they probably brought it up. Probably brought the food in. This was like a conference room of some sort or a ballroom. Here's a model of how it would have looked. You know, the girls on the far end, the musicians off to the right here, the merchants all dining around the table here, you know, the dog and all that stuff. Yeah. But from here, they could see across the little moat that was there and see the Japanese community in action. You know, on top of these buildings, they had these lookout places where you can go up onto, so they could see quite a ways out. They just couldn't go out there. They could see when there was danger coming, or if there was traders coming or whatnot. You know, and this is the meal. This is where they sat around and had their meals. Not a bad place. Probably a little drafty in the winter and could have been a little warm in the summers, but quite warm in the summers, I can tell you that. Yeah. That was the silverware and the smoking pipes and yeah, china and all that kind of stuff. Another room, dining room for more intimate settings. Brandy and tea probably, and more discussions about business. Down here, I think these rooms down here were probably used more for the encounters with the female population of the area. They had some girls that were assigned, shall we say, to interact with the traders. Only the traders. All right, shoes on. All right, moving on down through here. A few more buildings to see, all right? That's the store you can buy stuff out of. You know, that's just the way it is here. Always got a store. Anywhere, it's a way everywhere. More store, administrative buildings. Gozaimasu. Itte ii desu ka? Arigatou gozaimasu. All right, this is one of the storerooms where they were doing some trading. You can see they put the weights on the right and the product on the left to see if it matches up. Comes out to the right. There's the whole set of weights back there. So they could change out the weight measurements. Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, we got another one here. Shoes strictly prohibited. The stairs we go again. No, there's a chest. That's a chest. Somebody's living quarters. Right? Yep. Someone's living quarters. And another one. Misspelled. It's misspelled. Sumimasen. 間違えてる。
はい。
Prohibit B. B, not a V. B. Ba. 大丈夫でもね。Another really large room. Yeah. They had a lot of space. They had a lot of space. On this small area. This shows the different layers of the excavation of this area. The things that they found. Yeah. We'll go up here and see what they got. There's a few things. A couple of models here of the buildings as they were then. It's kind of cool. See, that door would slide open and the goods would have been passed in and out from the street level from here, and same here. It's a warehouse, a storage house. And the door there, they seal up real well to keep the moisture out. Gozaimasu. Another storage area here, showing some of the displays of it. Different things, products that they would have traded. Fish and Japanese candy here on the right. This is castella. Really yummy, still made today. And the different spices. These were like gold here. Spices brought in from overseas and from India and other places, and then traded for the Japanese products, you know, silks and other things that they got. Yeah. Trade was a big deal. Very big deal. Here's some of the books and art. Some of the science of the day. Yeah, there's an animal that was found, and yeah. Well, this concludes our tour of the Dejima. Dejima is the Japanese word for island. But yeah, the trading of Dejima in the city of Nagasaki. Celebrated and still on display today. I hope you enjoyed this with me. If you like this, please give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, do all those things, and I'm much appreciative because we're trying to grow the channel.